I got a little bit of an objection from my previous video, and I didn't really understand the objection from what she wrote in a reply, because mostly it was agreeing with me, or at least I agree with what she wrote. So I didn't really understand what she objected to. I was trying to look at it objectively, and it kind of stands out, I guess, like I should have seen it. It sounds like I'm blaming the victim. If someone has had some really bad circumstances, they must have deserved it, is what I think she took out of that. And in a way, that is what I'm saying, but I'm saying it over such a huge scale. I mean, it is and it isn't. Such a huge scale of time, and some of the stuff was given to you, if you have the purpose of a catalyst or anti-karma, it was actually given to you, not really earned. It was given to you as a thing to make you, the school of hard knocks type thing. Induce you into the school of hard knocks. So I'm not blaming the victim, and that's what Abraham's stuff is all about too. People, the critique of Abraham's teachings, is a lot of it's blaming the victim when things don't go right. And there's truth to all this, and it's certainly a much more complicated situation than to simply boil it down to a law of attraction. Obviously it doesn't always work. It's a simplicity to boil it down to karma, that you deserve it or you earned it in a previous life. There's all kinds of complications. And then I brought up in my reply, individual failings, even if someone was predestined or chose a family and that family ends up abusing them, well, people don't always go with their expectation, with what we expect them to do. Some people rise to the challenge and really, make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, and other people just collapse, in challenge and or revolt or just go crazy, act out, do the mass shooting type thing, just over some internal trauma. So it's hard to guess what the individual is going to do, and that's why I think this whole predestination ideas, are really flawed. Maybe there is a background script that we kind of sign up to, certain life events that we're supposed to see in this life. But I still think there's a lot of variable to it. It's not just a script. There's a lot of people rising to the challenge, people exceeding the challenge, and people just being defeated by the challenge, and people just utterly collapsing and going nuts, building up more karma. The karma thing is kind of interesting too. It's like there's a concept of instant karma, and that's when supposedly, and it could be an illusion, but the illusion or the reality is that someone who's caught up in their karma starts experiencing repercussions really quickly, almost instantly. You do something wicked and immediately there's no big delay factor. The buffer is used up, so it hits you right away. That's just something to entertain, I guess. I'm not putting it out there as fact, or it could be an illusion.